choose from, and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
Okay. I can't believe it. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet.
Pass the ball, pass the rock. We're open, just pass the ball.
Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. Yeah.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Morning face. You get it when you don't sleep well. This is what happened to Linda.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Ah, what is that thing?
It's me, Linda.
Oh my God, it talks! Run!
No, it's me, Linda from HR.
It looks hungry! Save the children! Save them! Stay back! I've got mace!
Ow, that went in my eyes.
Quit moving!
It's called beauty sleep for a reason. And there's never been a better time to get some.
Get 20% off IKEA Sultan mattresses. IKEA, love your home.
You know, back then I was a little baby. Sweet and greasy. Gotta love bread.
I know. You know, there's sandwich bread over there next to the coffee.
I eat bread in the bathtub.
Okay, that's gross to me.
There's a lot I've been feeling lately.
Why is there a hearse at my house? Night screams. The new fun of the kids. Billy! My Billy! Billy, where are you, Billy? So I need to talk to you regarding money. I stomped on all the fun chunks. My grief has a scent, like suffering.
A rusty navel? How'd it get rusty?
Look at...
All right, welcome back to Balance. So glad to have Tony Donahue, the Tony D podcast, and Kent Sterling of KentSterling.com. Really go check the both of them out separately. Good stuff. KentSterling.com does a great job of covering Indiana sports, the Colts, especially the Hoosiers, Butler. Really, if it pertains, well, it also, as he mentioned, on the national scale too, but his focus point is the Indiana sports arena, sports market, KentSterling.com. And certainly what a great conversation that was to have with him about the Colts. But I really enjoyed to hear his thoughts and his memories about Bobby Knight, because I was there a little bit after him, but still within the same time frame as him. And he's right. Bobby Knight is an anchor to that school. And, every school has that anchor, and it's unfortunate that the way things came down with him. He's going to certainly go down as one of the greatest coaches in history. One of the greats, up there with Gene Katie's and Coach K of Duke and the North Carolina coach, and just so many of the greats. And, back in the old school, back in the days when basketball, should we say pure? Is that being a little naive? College basketball, maybe it is, but still, things were different back in the day. Back in the day. 917-889-8516 is our digits. We've been talking college football bowl games and college football games today, as it is college college football divisional championship weekend. When certainly we talked about the LSU Georgia game, and that'd be a big upset if LSU loses. And so, going on the mind of good thinkers, if you will, we've got to assume that LSU is going to beat Georgia. Again, we talked about LSU and Ohio State being in the championship game. I don't know that we see anything different from that at the moment. But hey, a lot of things could happen. Anything could happen, as Tony Donahue from the Tony D podcast mentioned and alluded to. That's from last night's game, Utah falling to Oregon. As we talked about, really that pretty much the final seed, if you will, pretty much will go to that of Pac-12. At least that's our working theory. So we'll see how all that plays out. Just kind of talk a little bit about some of the. We didn't get a chance to get to all of these. Let's kind of talk a little bit about who we think will be where come tomorrow and Bowl Sunday. And Mo is running a little late, so hopefully we could get him on here in a few minutes. Mo from the Be a Sports Show. But so let's talk a little bit about these games, and then when he joins us, we'll get into some more of the NFL talk and what's going on around the NFL and so forth, especially this big conversation. Boy, I wish Ed Kratz would have been on with us today to talk about Jerry Jones getting all fired up. So, obviously, on January 13th, ESPN down at the Superdome in New Orleans is the national championship game. We believe that's going to be LSU and Ohio State. I think that's a pretty much consensus among others. But again, as I was talking about just a few seconds ago, if Georgia finds a way to beat LSU, well, what does that do to the championship game? And we'll see how that happens. And if Clemson gets beat, wow, that could be another barn burner. Root for chaos. Of course, a lot of people believe right now it's going to be LSU versus Clemson in the semi-playoff there at the Fiesta Bowl. That's down in Glendale, Arizona on the 28th. And then also on the 28th down in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we believe it's going to be either Ohio State versus Oklahoma, which is probably what it's going to be now, because the other scenario then would have been Utah. And so if Oklahoma wins today, I would say that's pretty much your matchup. And definitely if Ohio State wins today and Oklahoma wins today, that'll be your matchup. So let's talk a little bit about some of these other games, maybe just some games that we have some projections put together here at the Balance, and see where we're at with those. But this is kind of our thought process. Again, nothing's etched in stone. This is real time. This is real time. But as we look at things now, we've got the tropical. These names of these bowls have cracked. They've gotten more and more animated over the years. We just need the cereal bowl. We need the toilet bowl. How about that? But the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas on ESPN2, December 20th. There's a couple ways this could go. And again, we're going to find out a little bit more today. It could probably be SMU versus Florida Atlantic. I think that's what a lot of people will think. But there again, you got to look at Tulane and Toledo as possibly being in that mix of people that could show up at that game. So you got the Celebration Bowl. Now that's down in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think a lot of people think North Carolina A&T versus Alcorn State. I think that's pretty much a universal thought of what's going on with that bowl. Well, here we go. We're back. It all good. New Mexico Bowl. Now that's down in the Dreamstyle Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That could go a couple ways. Either Western Kentucky versus Wyoming, or Marshall versus San Diego State. We figure those are the two scenarios that could possibly happen down there in that bowl. The Cure Bowl, Georgia Southern versus Florida International, or Arkansas State versus Liberty. That could be a scenario there for that bowl as well. And you heard both Tony and Kent talk about where they think IU should go, and I agree with Kent. If they move IU to New York or Detroit for that matter, yeah, that's not a reward. And they've had a great season. So it's bowl selection tomorrow. This has been our college football preview, if you will. College football championship weekend. My name's Tom Marquis, El Presidente. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're standing by. Hopefully we'll get Mo on here in a few minutes. But few minutes that we got left, give us a call if you want to talk some college football, you want to talk some NBA, you want to talk some NFL, what's going on in the NFL. Of course, Ed Kratz, beat writer for the Philadelphia Eagles and our official NFL contributor, and he's with SI.com. Check out his stuff. We always try to get his stuff posted up on our social media, and that's on Twitter at TBalance. And then you can also find us on Facebook. Just search The Balance there as well and give us a follow. But, check out Ed's work. It's really good. He does a very, very thorough and a very, very good job with the Eagles, especially if you're an Eagles fan. He's a must-read. But even with just the NFL, it's a must check out, if you will. So if you want to talk NFL or you want to talk some Star Wars? Hey, we'll give it Star Wars. I've been on this quest to watch the Star Wars movies. Now, I have finished all the main 4 Star Wars movies, and I'm going with the advice of my advisory council. I got a few people on that board that are telling me the next one to watch is Rogue One, and we started that, and didn't quite get through it. So going to have to finish that up this weekend. So, I've heard that Rogue One was the best of all of them, but didn't get the love, if you will, as it should have. But anybody I've talked to says that Rogue One is the best of the Star Wars series. Well, we saw the demise. Cowboys followed. I tell you what, is there really anybody nothing against the Eagles, but is there anybody in the NFC West that even deserves a playoff position? I mean, I don't know. I don't see it, and it's just kind of crazy. But you got to look at the Cowboys and their head coach situation.